Magic can be altered by the will of wizards. But wizards, as we all know, are fragile things, easily pierced by sword or arrow. Wizards, then, are quite poor vessels for magic in the long run. There's only one thing besides wizards that can alter reality, and that is meteor metal, mined from the heart of meteors itself. This substance, unlike any other thing, non-living, can hold within it the intentions, the pure imagination of great minds and hearts. There has been very little meteor metal ever landed on this place. So most objects made of meteor metal are very small. However, one such artifact exists that was mined from the greatest meteor ever to crash into the planet. The Septera sword. Out there, in the world beyond, the Beast King ravages the countryside. He is a threat unlike any other of our generation. With his tremendous, colossal monsters, he threatens not only villages and hamlets, but the kingdom and the realm itself. So, here we are, in the lair of the Beast King. He is out there, destroying lives. But here, in his lair, we could find his treasure that he keeps hidden in his vaults. The Septera sword. Our best hope of defeating him. Let us hope then that he does not hear that we are here. Let us hope then he receives no word of our presence, that we can steal his treasure and be gone before he has heard a thing. His guards, though, are fierce and numerous. Monsters aplenty serve him. We must be silent as the night. "Do you hear me, Squiggles Foxtrot?" says the adventurer to the ferret perched on his shoulder as they walk through the dark cave, torch held aloft. "We must be silent as the night." The ferret turns and appraises him. It raises one of its eyebrows as if to ask, "You're the one telling the story here. You could tell it a little softly, at least a stage whisper, you know." But the adventurer is clueless. He wears loose-fitting clothing. A mandolin is strapped to his hip, and a dagger to his other, as he creeps with the torch through the dark. "I do hope that we don't run into any trouble," says the adventurer, and the ferret again raises an eyebrow. "Wait, I hear something," he says, and he presses himself up against the wall. "Perhaps they'll pass by and not notice us," he says. There's a clattering sound from down the hall. "I know that sound anywhere," says the adventurer, holding the torch. "That's the sound of skeletons. If they find us here, they'll be sure to kill us." The ferret looks at him and points at the torch that he's holding. "Good point, Squiggles Foxtrot." He puts it on an empty sconce nearby and presses back silently. The ferret rolls its eyes. Before long, the skeletons come into view. There's 3 of them walking together up the hall. Their bones rattle as they walk, animated by the power of magic itself. As the adventurer hides there, pressed against the wall, he watches the first pass by, trying not to breathe, and the second pass by, and the third pass by. "We did it, Mr. Squiggles Foxtrot. We did it." The ferret kind of face palms, like literally, actually face palms, and the first of the skeleton in the back begins to turn. But the man is out. He has grabbed the torch again from its sconce, and he rushes forward and sticks the pointy end through the back of the skeleton's skull. "Aha!" he says, and the skeleton collapses to the ground. The next one is mostly turned around by this point, but the adventurer charges forward and shoulder checks it, and it falls to the ground, breaking. "Yes, yes," he says. Squiggles Foxtrot is sort of doing a little dance in the back. The man takes another step forward, and he brings the torch down, crashing it into the chest bone, the ribs of the final one, which breaks apart as the skeleton falls to the ground. "We did it, Squiggles Foxtrot!" he says, raising his torch triumphantly into the air as it sputters. "So you think," says a voice from behind him, and he turns slowly to look back down the hall. There is a hooded figure, purple varicose veins pulsing on his face, the power of magic in his blood. "You may have destroyed my skeletons," says the necromancer, "but you have only touched the beginnings of my power." He raises one finger, and lightning arches. The adventurer collapses to his knees, "Gah!" as the pain races through his veins. "You think it would be so easy," says the necromancer. "You are dead to me," he says, and the man collapses further, writhing in pain. The ferret watches in horror. Right then, very suddenly, from the side of the cave, two boots shoot out, and then legs, and torso, and head, and perfectly plaited, flowing blonde hair. And a woman wearing leather armor and leather boots shoots out from the side of what was previously a solid cave and connects with a sickening crunch, a double-footed sidekick to the side of the necromancer's veiny head. The necromancer falls to the side, his neck turning at a ungodly angle, and crashes its skull into the rough-hewn walls of this mine, collapsing to the ground, the lightning racing up its own body for a moment before settling and being still. The woman ricochets off the wall and pushes out from it before landing like a cat in the middle of the cave. "Cassie!" says the man, gasping in pain. "Oh, you saved me yet again!" "Get up, Garrett," she says. "Come on, we've got a lot further to go." I know, he says. "It is the endless trekking of the adventure. But Squiggles Foxtrot will be with us all the way. We will find the Septera." "Shh," she says. "Shh. Come on, let's go." And the two of them move further into the cavern in their unceasing quest for the Septera sword.